I'm Jonathan Robinson, and this is Fret Buzz. Hello again. Welcome back to Casino Guitars and the Fret Buzz. If you have never been to the Fret Buzz before, that's the show we put out every week where I go through YouTube, find some of my favorite guitar content, and bring it to you so that you don't necessarily have to surf through hours of YouTube videos to find cool things to watch. So having said that, let's dive right into today's episode. I think I have some pretty cool videos for you. Number one is a channel that is fairly new to me. The guy's name is Broxy. I probably said that horribly wrong. There is at least one name on every episode that I feel like I probably say wrong. So I apologize if that is true, but a super cool channel. The name of this one is I Give Away My Custom Guitar, the Broxy Give-A-Caster. Pretty cool. The fact that he's giving away a guitar, not exactly why I picked this video. It is obviously cool that he's giving away the guitar. Go watch it sort of now, because I think he said he was only leaving the contest up about a week long, and it's probably been a week since I've watched it. So even if you missed the contest, here's why I think this is a cool video. This guy, he's putting together a parts caster. Baxter and I sort of just did a video on parts casters, so that was fresh in my brain. And you get to see like sort of how this guy thought through this, what he did as far as assembling it, and he relics it, which is really, really cool. There's some really cool parts where he is sort of like, you know, does some things with the checking and makes it stand out more. And I just thought it was pretty fascinating. As someone who digs Relic guitars and likes the idea of sort of, you know, having a cool parts caster, I just found this pretty intriguing. So it was cool to see the process, cool to see him put it together. It was a cool guitar. It's a Strat style sort of build with a telly bridge or a telly pickup in the bridge. So that's really fun too. The idea of a Strat with a sort of telly bridge pickup. So check it out. Broxy, I Give Away My Custom Guitar, the Broxy Give-A-Caster. As always, we will have the links to these in the description. So check that one out. Awesome video, awesome channel. He has lots of cool stuff. So if you're not familiar with him, give him a subscribe and click his bell. Next, this guy, I feel confident that if you're watching the Fret Buzz, you have heard of Koch. He's amazing. He has a YouTube channel. He doesn't have that many subscribers, so maybe his stuff is not as popular as I think it is. But Koch has got to be one of the top sort of players around today. I mean, the guy's amazing. He can do every style. He plays amazing rock blues kind of stuff, amazing chicken picking country kind of stuff. And he puts this sort of whimsical, almost comical, cool spin on almost all of it. He is a delight to hear talk. He's always funny. He says ridiculous things. I always enjoy him. And he's huge. He's a giant of a man, super tall. But the name of this video is called Greg Koch, Albert King-ish, Jimmy-ish, me-ish, what? So he's just sitting, man, with a looper over A, playing these really cool sort of Albert King inspired licks, and then he teaches you how to do it. So they're not note for note like, you know, Albert King transcribed. It's just getting the vibe. Here's the kind of things I play when I want to be, you know, like Albert King. And of course, sort of the Jimi Hendrix stuff, you know, creeps in there. And also you get a little bit of the twisted mind of Greg Koch, how he plays. Really cool. This video is only about 7 minutes long, so it's a quick watch. I think it would be awesome just to go back through it and learn all these licks. He talks you through them really slow and you get the concepts of how he's thinking through them. Plus, there's lots of other cool content on his stuff. Some lessons, some just jams. He jams a lot with his son, who is a great drummer. Really cool channel. He's on Instagram and all that other good stuff as well. But so check him out, Greg Koch, and then the Greg Koch, Albert King-ish, Jimmy-ish, me-ish, what? Great video. Let's check out the next channel, video number 3 for the week. And this is actually a trio of videos because I cannot pick just one. This is a guy that I have watched in the past and just for whatever reason have not seen in a while, and then he popped back up in my feed this week. His name is Kingman. He is a great demo artist. He demos all kinds of stuff. The vast majority of his, you know, content seems to be demos on his channel. So if you're into gear, you're into pedals, you'll dig it. If not, maybe you won't so much. The thing that got me about his video this week, he's and I don't know if he just acquired this. Like I said, I haven't watched many of his videos lately, but he's playing a lot of videos lately or a lot of different gear through a Magnetone Twilighter stereo. Now, I love Magnetone amps. I have a Magnetone Twilighter myself, not the stereo one, just the 112. And in fact, I am doing a video later on today that we will release in the future about hand-wired amps versus PCB amps and just amps in general. I love amps. We all love amps here at Casino. We probably have a problem. We're a little bit addicted. But I love Magnetone in particular, and I love their true pitch shifting vibrato stuff. So these are 3 videos where he is taking various pedals that he's demoing and playing through the Magnetone, most of them with that pitch shifting vibrato. I just think it's cool. Anytime I get sort of stuck on a piece of gear, I'm always combing through YouTube for the things or, demos or whatever people use in that gear. So for me, I love this. I think you'll dig this if you dig gear demos, if you're a gearhead, which you probably are. If you're watching this, then you'll dig Brett Kingman's demos. They're always to the point. You always hear the tones really well, and they always sound fantastic. So on this particular trio of videos, the first one is a Dan Electro vintage 12-string with the Magnetone Twilighter stereo. It's exactly what it says. He's playing a pretty cool Dan Electro electric 12-string through the Twilighter stereo. It sounds absolutely incredible. If this does not make you want a Magnetone and an electric 12-string, I'm not sure what to tell you. It's pretty awesome. The other one is the AC Noises Respira with the Magnetone Twilighter stereo. Really cool jam, really cool pedal. It sounds fantastic with the pitch shifting vibrato and the Magnetone. These are all short videos. And then the last one is the Old Blood Black Fountain version 3 with the Magnetone Twilighter stereo. Again, just quality demos. If you're not aware of Brett Kingman, you probably should be. He does really cool stuff. And chances are, if you're looking for a certain pedal or a weird piece of gear, he has demoed it. So check him out. Hopefully you like him as much as I do. Now, our 4th video is Mr. Tommy Emmanuel. He's got a channel, probably one of the best guitar players alive, not unlike Mr. Greg Koch. Tommy Emmanuel, if you don't know, fantastic sort of Chet Atkinsy, thumb pick, keeping the bass line going while he plays the melody. He can do that, but he can shred an electric guitar. He's a fantastic blues player. He's a fantastic flat picker. He can pretty much do anything. And the frustrating part is he probably does it better than, well, I would just speak for me. He does them all better than me. So, hey, man, he's just fantastic. He's a joy to watch. On this video, the reason I picked it this week is because he's teaming up with another guy who is frighteningly good, and that is Mr. Billy Strings. If you're not aware of Billy Strings, he is sort of like the greatest thing going right now in Bluegrass. He's a young guy. A lot of guys say he's like Doc Watson reincarnated. He's just fantastic. These guys, there's an almost 11-minute long jam where they're playing the Guitar Boogie and Working Man's Blues. Just them on acoustic guitars. And it's just, when you see guys like this play, it really is just a delight to watch. It's fantastic. Tommy Emmanuel has a whole series on his channel where it's just collaborations. It's him jamming with other great guitar players. One of the things I like about Tommy Emmanuel is you can tell how much he enjoys other great guitar players. When you see guys like this who have devoted their life to the instrument, they just love playing and they're just at this phenomenal level. In my brain, it would be easy to get sort of aloof, or to a place where you don't like to play with other people, or you don't, appreciate what other folks do. But all the greats seem to have this humbleness about them and this great love and appreciation where when they see other guys play, they just light up, and that's the case here. Both these guys are out of this world. It is a fantastic jam. So check it out. Guitar Boogie and Working Man Blues collaborations, Tommy Emmanuel with Billy Strings. So an absolute killer video. The last one is a channel that I have featured before. I do love this guy. His name is RJ Ronkilio. Fantastic player, really cool channel. I just thought this was a really cool video. It's him playing a real Klon for the first time. I've seen things pop up about the Klon Centaurs a good bit in the last few weeks. Seems to me like the price is continuing to rise. If you don't know about the Klon Centaurs, they're sort of this mythical, overdrive pedal. I guess the original ones, I don't know if the original ones were silver or gold. There were gold and silver. Maybe they were both original. It's called the Centaur. They had like little horsies on them. They just are supposed to be magical. I honestly have never played a real one. I've played a ton of the clones and the recreations and the things that are supposed to be tweaked versions of the clones, things like the Wampler Tumnus or the Archer icon. So all kinds of clones out there with a K. But the real ones, I can remember years ago, they were going for, $1,200 all the way up to like $2,000. Apparently now people are seeing them all the way up to $5,000. In fact, the Music It Was His Win channel put out a video this week where he spent like almost $5,000 on one. And the question, I guess, is there any such thing as a pedal that is worth that much money? I will not get into that. I am not sure. But I will say that the comments alone are worth the price of admission on this video. Fantastic discussions, some great witty things in the comments about, whether or not guys would want to drop $4,000 on a single pedal, mythical or not. And it's just really cool to see a great world-class player like RJ play one for the first time. As he says in the video, he's played a ton of the clones, he's demoed a ton of them, he's been involved with a lot of them, but he's never played a real one. So he starts sort of from scratch. You're seeing his initial reaction to playing these, and he has two. He has a silver one and a gold one. So yeah, he's got them both. He's playing through both of them. He does a really methodical job of letting you hear a ton of the tones you can get out of it through a really cool amp and lots of different applications with single coils and humbuckers. So it's a great video. The comments are fantastic. I just think that's a neat topic. It seems to be a buzzworthy topic right now, so I definitely wanted to include it, even though I have featured his channel before. Thought it was a great video. As a bit of a bonus for today, and this is sort of guitar related, but sort of just music related, there's a great video that I stumbled upon when I was doing Fret Buzz stuff this week, and it is a Tom Petty video, and it's brand new. And you say, wait, Jonathan, how can there be a brand new Tom Petty video? Because Tom Petty has left us, but I believe it is tomorrow. There's actually a release of the 90s album Wildflowers, and it's called like Wildflowers and all the rest or something. Don't quote me on that because that's not the real name. But basically, it's a re-release of that album with the 10 tunes that did not make the album initially. So it's 25 songs. I love Tom Petty. That's the only reason I'm including it. I love him to death. The Song on My Arm is actually a Tom Petty tune. So I just thought this was really cool. I thought it was cool that they're releasing that. This is a song that Rod Stewart actually cut when Tom decided not to put it on the initial release because he thought it sounded too much like a song he had released previously. And then his daughter put together this video, which they have released before the actual album. But I think the album will be cool too, so I will definitely pick that up. So just throwing that out there, that might be something you're interested in, and I'll put a link to the video in the description as well. The Fret Buzz jam of the week this time around is an Olympian atmospheric ballad backing track, an E minor, again by our friend Sebastian Zunino. He makes fantastic backing tracks. Subscribe to his channel, and when you're practicing and jamming, there are hours of things that you can practice to in almost any style you can imagine. As always, I'll put a link to my take on it. I only did one take of it this week, which is true most of the time, and there is at least one spot where I screwed up at the end. All that to say, when you're practicing these backing tracks, I think you get the most out of it when you just sit down and you just go for it. Don't worry about mistakes and just let whatever comes out come out and have fun with it. That being said, I think it's really hard these days on YouTube and Instagram. You have this pressure to put out perfect stuff. And I'm going to say, don't worry about that. Just sit down, do a take, and share it. So I hope you guys are jamming into these things. I hope you will share them, even if they're your first takes and there's a few little clams or mistakes in there. And don't forget to tag, if you do, Casino Guitars, Jonathan Robinson Music, and the Fret Buzz. And if there are any cool ones that you guys tag me in, I will share them on our Insta stories and maybe even in the description of next week's Fret Buzz. So I would love to see more of you guys play along on these jam tracks that I put up every week. So check that out. As always, if you have a beard and play guitar like me, check out thebeardstruggle.com. I have a discount code that will give you 15% off everything on the website. It is JRmusic15. So check that out, especially Christmas is coming up before too awful long. It is halfway through October after all. So check that out. Buy some gifts for the bearded guitar players in your life. Thank you guys again for watching the Fret Buzz. Make sure you hit like and subscribe, click the bell so you don't miss our videos. We have lots of new content coming out, lots of demos, lots of videos of me and Baxter rambling about random things. So you don't want to miss those, of course. So check it out. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next week again on the Fret Buzz.